Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ryan winning. Or Ryan George Rare. So my friend James is working out in the other room. I'm on my Sims 4 tonight. I lost my one rainbow wig. I have this one. I call it the Shirley wig. I have this purple wig. And then this blonde one. I don't claim to be an expert makeup artist. I never did. But I play a drag queen character. I have, this Revlon. And then this Revlon liquid liner. As a paranoid schizophrenic person, I experience tactile hallucinations, um, and things like that. I used to see shadows in my house. Um, let's see. I had my first kiss when I was 7 or 8 with a girl named Emma that I can't find. And then when I was like 11 or 12 is when I hung out with my mixed friend Ray, or Mariah. And this other girl named Kelly Jeffries that goes by Kelly Roberts now. They played the violin. Who was mixed, and then my black friend that died from the coronavirus sometime about 3 or 4 years ago that made me sad. And really, when I was like 18 or 19, my dad George didn't buy me a car. It literally took one of my friends dying at the age of 21 when he was shot by Baltimore police for my dad George to go out and give me a license and a car. So I'm able to drive now. I only drive short distances. I don't ever drive out of Bel Air. But I drive to the grocery store, like the ShopRite that I used to work at. There's a man at the ShopRite in Bel Air. His name is Tony, and he still works there. And then there was a lady, this name was Pam, that had blonde hair. And then there was a boy that was in rehab named Zachary. And then my mom's name is Pam. My stepdad's name is Tony. My brother's name is Zachary. And see, this man that worked at the ShopRite named Tony is Amish and he has red hair. And my stepdad is named Tony Mitchell Willie. And if you look on Maryland Judiciary Case Search, and you look up Tony Mitchell Willie, it's about 6 or 7 pages long between my stepdad and my stepbrother. And my mom's house, because see, I live on private property on Jessica's Lane in Bel Air, Maryland. Um, and my mom lived in a house about a mile away from me, in a house which was 1700 Dungarvan Court. And I called my mom's house the 1700 Dungarvan Court House of Horrors. Because when I was young, I was locked in closets. I was put in rooms. I was beaten by my stepdad. My stepsister's black daughter bit me on my back. And they punished me for it. when she bit me. There was a man named Chris that my mom dated that said, if you show me yours, I'll show you mine to me when I was little. But he didn't actually rape me. I've never actually been raped before. But I'm 30, and sometime when I was like 27 is when a boy from my alternative school named Matt Beckner attempted to rape me when I was drunk and I couldn't fight him off because I was drunk. My first best friend at my alternative school was a boy named Victor Hill, who has a girlfriend named Sierra, and I don't talk to Victor or Sierra anymore. But I talked to my Carl James Himes friend, or James Corona, and I'll link a thing about him. And then my best friend, that lives with me right now is James Colvin. So when I was 7 or 8, I had a first kiss with a girl named Emma, and I would play hide and seek in my mom's house or play this game, where we would take baskets and lower them down to the lower level and put things in them. I used to play Bloody Knuckles with my stepbrother. Sometime, about 2 years ago, I fought this boy who was a purple belt. And see, I just did basic sparring in martial arts, and I almost made it to a yellow belt, but I was a white belt. And on my personal Ryan Fair Facebook, which for some people know where it is, there are about 9 or 10 people that are real, like my friend John Powell, which makes me think of the guy that named John Hawk that raped the girl on Instagram. There is the Jared Green boy from my alternative school that makes me think of Billy Wesley Fouts, the Shirley guy. There is the Damon Winning boy that's in jail for gun charges. And then this Dan Reichley boy that went to my alternative school. But they're two different people, even though I'm a paranoid schizophrenic person. There is my Carl James Corona friend on my one Ryan Fair Facebook. And then my friend James Colvin. There is Jeff McGaney, who calls himself Storms Wild, that I did witchcraft with him sometime about 4 years ago, and his witchcraft coven was an extremist witchcraft coven. And things like that. But I like Jeff, and I don't have a problem with him. Let's see. There is Margie Rubichaux and Jeanette Edwards. And when I was like 18, I watched a movie on the internet where these two old ladies would call themselves Gigi and Jeanette in it. And my dad, George's girlfriend, is named Margie, and she calls herself Gigi, and her sister is named Jeanette. There is, what's another people coincidence person? There's Jasmine and Brandy, who are real. That are two light-skinned girls. And Jasmine is, my friend James Colvin's, baby mother. There is, my friend Brandon Drexler and this Brandon Jones boy on my Ryan Fair Facebook that looks like him, but they're two different people. And when I'm gonna check my disability money and I'm gonna send some money to my black friend Jamal. There is I don't know. Those are some people, coincidence people. There is and then, like I said, 9 months ago, I had a girlfriend with black hair named Berta. There is the Rob Meyer boy that bullied me when I was young that has an Instagram account, and his mom died. And really, let's see, there was a girl named Alexis that I was with sometime a year ago. And I got a videotape of me having sex with her from behind. And then there's a video of me on a Ryan George Fair channel where I hung out with a boy named Jay, who claimed that he went to my alternative school. But Jay didn't pay for my ride back home, and he said he would let me sleep with his girlfriend, and he didn't. There is and see, when I was in my public school, I liked a girl named Rachel that I talked to sometimes. I mean, my alternative school, there was a girl named Rachel that was there. Sometimes I talked to my friend Brad. There was, I liked a girl named Rachel, but she was with Victor. And then Victor hooked me up with a girl named Shelby sometime when I was 16. But Shelby photoshopped a picture of me that said Shelby and Ryan and matched me and how her friend did. Um, I never did anything with boys before. But my first best friend was Victor the Pyro. That got me into lighting things on fire. And then Brooke Dirks, my second girlfriend on Ryan George for Revolver Report, was a schizophrenic self-harmer because she was gang raped and the boys shoved sharp objects in her vagina, which is sad. So I felt sorry for Brooke because she was gang raped. So after Victor, my best friend was Billy Wesley Fouts, the Chevrolet guy. And I would go to Florida and see him and Gary Lanier, the sushi chef on the Chevrolet Encyclopedia Dramatica page, and have dinner at his mom's house. And Billy was my best friend after Victor. But now my best friend is James Colvin and this other boy named Robert that I talked to, who is a boxer on this Gladiator Games channel that I found. And see, I was sad because I thought James replaced me with this boy named Tyler. And sometimes I talk to my stepsister's black children. And I didn't have sex with my first girlfriend, Alicia. And she cheated on me with a boy named Austin. Um, so Alicia cheated on me with a boy named Austin, so I didn't have sex with her. Um, and then I got with Brooke Dirks, and Brooke gave me a blowjob, and I fingered her and ate her out. With Alicia, I only fingered her, and then I was with Brooke, and then my third black girlfriend named Tanya died sometime about 5 or 6 years ago. I was with a fourth one named Nadia that I dated and kissed when I was like 16 or 17. And then when I was 17, I fingered my fifth girlfriend, Sabrina La Rochelle, that is on YouTube as the La Rochelle Crew. And then 9 months ago, I had a girlfriend with black hair. I study. I used to read the Bible, but my religious belief is that I believe in a God and a dark goddess. They diagnosed me with Tourette syndrome when I was 7, and they put me on Ritalin, and I had a reaction to the Ritalin when I was 7, and I spazzed out. I functioned well in my first public school, but I had a funny walk when I would walk because I had Tourette syndrome. And then I went to my first alternative school, which was the Furbish School, on the grounds of Maryland Shepherd Pratt, which is where I met all my friends, and I used to have lunch with them and hang out with them. And then, like I said, I went to another one called the Era Center for Education. Um, and there was a boy at the Era Center for Education who was black named Jermaine that bullied me. And then there was this boy who called himself Joshua Dirt that I met in the mental hospital sometime when I went to the mental hospital last time. He was a people coincidence person. And then there's a Hispanic boy on my Ryan Fair Facebook named Javier that I have conversations with sometimes. And like I said, I liked a mixed girl named Kelly when I was young. And legally they're giving me a house. Because of Ryan George Frederick Overberg. That the Marjorie woman made. They're giving me a house because of her.
After an accident, don't count on the insurance company to play fair.
That insurance company wants to pay you.
Alright, this is going on 27 minutes. It is 11:10 p.m. And it is, July 4th, 2022. And it's 11:10 p.m. at night. So everybody's good. Much love and peace to everybody from Ryan George Fair.